Alright, welcome to day 59 of the Vera Series, and I just want to give you all a thank you for allowing me to rest up a little bit. I'm feeling much better now, but as you know, still no level increase. But starting out, you want to go to Artificial Island, and then you want to go back to building and hit claim, because remember, you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, don't forget, today is Procrastinator Day, so hopefully you cleared your enemies on the island, and you got your weekly items. But starting out, you want to do Mia's Kitchen, and you want to do your daily bounties for the day, and I'm going to go with the Sparrow. Next, we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to Bracer's Chest, a Huma, and a Samir Matrix. We can do Shoulders, Helm, a Coco, and a Shiro Matrix, and we got Boots. On top of that, we have access to Sadness Valley and the endgame, so these are actually some pretty good dungeons, and you may want to use a few Vitality solutions. Then we got Interstellar Exploration, and you want to check Vera, as well as check Aspera, so that way you can see all of your Stargates. But remember, the best way to tell if you have a level 3 Stargate is to look at this weapon battery category. If it has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate, but if it has a number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. If you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials. Or if you need money, you could always do Space-Time Domains. But if you're pressed for time, you could always make Omnium Beacons. Which brings us to our optionals, and that is giving gifts to your 1.0 characters. And the best way to do that is to talk to Hopkins in the black market, go to Cetus Island and do the claw machine, or knock out your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 8 fun zones and try to knock out your 6 Greyspace fissures. But the biggest thing that's going to give you the best rewards is going to the Twilight Zone. But you do have an 8-hour time limit, so you could wait on this. And if you can, try to do a little bit of racing, so that way you can get that 400 Mira at the end of the month, because you only need to make it in the top 100. And today is the last day to complete your Security Force missions, and you want to make sure you do, because it gives you some old Vera coins in Mira. Then we have Appointed Research, so you want to go to your Missions tab, click on one of the items and click Use, so that way you can activate the Appointed Research tab. Remember, you can only hold a grand total of 20 energy and you get 5 free energy a day, so you want to make sure that this does not cap. But while we're here, I want to go ahead and talk about this mining routes plan. It's a pretty good idea to go ahead and knock out all of this research, because most of this is just a one-time thing and you get some pretty good rewards. So if you see, like right here, I can basically get 200 Vera coins, a Mira, and a couple relics. So if you haven't maxed out all your relics, this is actually a pretty good way to do it. But this one specifically, there are some certain things that you need to do to be able to do this. You need to find this Marzoid Ore. So just to locate the Marzoid Ore, you need to go down to the 3rd city and go to this teleporter. Then inside, you want to talk to this droid right here, and he's going to give you a side mission. Side mission is going to want you to go out and activate some locations. When you first leave the tunnel, you just need to go up top and pretty much activate a device. Once you activate the device, it's going to activate this middle center, and then it wants you to go around and activate 3 other devices. And you should see those other locations about here, here, and I believe around here. And once you unlock all the locations, you want to go back to the center where the droid was, and you want to activate all of these machines with the blue lights. And if you do it properly, you should get a portal that should lead you to a secret room. Inside here, you'll find a red nucleus, and then you'll go up top and activate the last thing, which will allow you to locate Marzoid Ore. And once you're able to locate the Marzoid Ore, I strongly recommend that you use a interactive map, so that way you can make sure that you collected all of those, because there's only a certain amount of Marzoid Ore that you can get, and you need them all to complete all of the research. But if you look at this map, you'll notice you only have 40, and I believe you need about 58 to go ahead and complete both of the researches. What you actually need to do is, in this same area, there are little foxes that you give fruit to. When you give foxes fruit, they also give you Marzoid Ore, so you need to also give fruit to all of the foxes. And once you gave fruit to all of the foxes, it's going to unlock another quest for you to where you want to go to this location, and then you talk to the foxes there, and they're going to give you a key card to where you can talk to a robot. And once you talk to that robot, he's going to give you a red nucleus. And with that, you should have all the Marzoid Ore, so that way you can complete both of those researches. Hopefully that helps you, because I did struggle a little bit trying to complete that. But if you enjoy these daily guides, I would greatly appreciate a like, so that way they can spread more on YouTube. Then we have our events, and you want to make sure you're logging in enough time so that way you get your free materials. And then we have the garden party, and again we have the Fall Guys event, and we can get a grand total of 5,000, and you want to make sure that you're getting these points so that way you can get the great items from the store, which are pretty good. And the Ruby skin is coming out January 21st, one day before a rerun. So if you're looking forward to that, you have less than a week before you can get it. And then we have our weekly tab, and like I said before, I recommend that you save your Type 3 keys, because in 2.3 we should be getting some better boss drops, and in 2.4 we should be able to get some really good matrices from the bosses. Which brings us to our challenges, and if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen so that way you can power yourself up. But starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So again, I recommend that you take a look at this weapon bonus. If you have a good weapon bonus, you might want to try to do this sneak to next level. And if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels, as long as you can beat that floor. But the biggest thing that will determine your rank is Sequential Phantasm. If you can get a high score here, most likely you're going to get the top score for the week. But also, since today is Procrastinator Day, you might want to just check towards the evening this night, just to make sure someone isn't trying to take your spot. Wormhole, we got 2 days left to complete this, and you want to make sure you do so that we can get that energy crystal dust. You want to do the last 2 on Heroic, and you want to do Battle Test Area on Heroic so that way you can get the best rewards for the week. Frontier Clash, if you got some attempts left, you might want to go ahead and knock those out, just in case if you have a bad resist next week. Void Risk, if this is a first time boss for you, you want to go ahead and knock it out. Void Abyss, you want to make sure you knock this out before the end of the month so that way you can get those micro reactors. The Critical Abyss, now this is optional content, but you can do it so that way you can get those clusters. Break from Destiny, you want to make sure you do this at least 1 time so that way you can get those 250 Dark Crystals. Apex League, if you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to shop, and then buy your 2 vitality solutions. But for me, I'm going to pass because I already have 94. But if you can afford it, I recommend that you buy your advancement modules and your booster modules for the week. Which brings us to the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust Ore. So you want to buy your advancement modules, your booster modules, and your very special gift for the week. But when it comes to your potent Omnium Crystal, I recommend that you pass because you should have enough to reach an 8.3, even 8.4 suppressor through exploration alone. But what you can do with your golden crystal dust is buy boots. If you have a good pair of boots, then you can buy handguards, and if you have a good pair of handguards, then you can buy whatever else you want. Space-Time Store, you want to buy your booster modules, your advanced modules, and your data repeater for the week. Cruise Store, now the only thing that you want to spend your points on are relics, and the relics that I recommend are Space-Time Rift, unless you have a level 3, but if you have both of those, you could consider getting the drone to level 3. Support Store, you want to buy your joint supply chips, your Space-Time Crystal Fragments, and your Space-Time Crystal Dust. But if you can, you want to try to use return support points so that way you can buy the Space-Time Crystal Fragment. And if you need help on how to do that, I got a guide on my channel. Point Store, now the only thing you want to spend your points on are spare special gifts, so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or Caesar's Island again. But if you need to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy matrix data packs or weapon batteries. And with your critical abyss points, you could always buy clusters. But besides that, I just recommend that you explore the map so that way you can get all of those great rewards. Also, look forward to a few other videos coming for me. I did do some rolling before Lyra and Tian went away, so I will be coming out with those videos later on this week, so look forward to that. But other than that, talk with you guys later.